Hello, my name is Isabel Ruiz, and today I will be giving an informative speech about the Holocaust. As the generation of Holocaust survivors and liberators dwindles, the torch of remembrance, of bearing witness, and of education must continue forward. Dan Gillerman. The Holocaust is a very horrible event that happened to many innocent people, young and old. What happened to them must not be forgotten, and we should always know the importance of the past. To Hitler and his followers, Jewish people, people with disabilities, and many other groups were all inferior to people like Hitler. It was estimated that around 6 million Jews died, and many more people from the other groups died as well. For most of the time the Holocaust occurred, the rest of the world was clueless. After the Holocaust ended, many of the survivors were scared to go back home because the hatred of their kind still existed. Many Jewish people relocated to countries outside of Europe in hopes of finding a better life. In my lifetime, I've learned about the Holocaust multiple times, and I always learn something new, and it never fails to surprise me how the Nazis and Hitler would treat the Jews and the other groups like they were nothing. Hitler always had a strong opinion and set views on how people should be. He thought the only solution to make Germany how he wanted was to kill all the people he believed did not fit into his image. Hitler believed that the Jews were what was wrong in the world. He believed they did not have any place in Germany. Hitler was an extreme nationalist, and he believed that the Aryan race would dominate all the other races. Germany was going through tough times after the recent World War, and they blamed the Jews and the A-social group for all their financial problems. First, they made laws forbidding Jews to do certain things, but Hitler and his followers were not satisfied, so their final solution was the mass killings of Jews and the A-social group. Hitler would encourage Jews to go to the camps and encourage the parents of disabled people to send them to the hospitals. Hitler lied to them and said they would be in a better place, but that was the way the Nazis would kill all the people they wanted to. Millions of innocent people were murdered in camps, riots, and hospitals. Mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, sons, and daughters were all killed for who they were. When the people would send the disabled to the T4 centers, they would be lied to for how the disabled died. The Nazis would say all the disabled died of natural causes, but they were murdered because they didn't fit into Hitler's image. Hitler didn't tell the truth about the camps and their brutality. Hitler painted this image that the camps were good and fun things to go to. The brutality the Jews were facing in the camps were horrible. They were beaten, starved, and called horrible names. Daily, Jews would be burned in the crematoriums at the camps. Millions and millions of people were killed, all while no one outside of Germany knew anything. After the Holocaust ended, there was still hatred toward the Jews in Europe, and many of the survivors didn't think they had any place to go. It was nearly impossible for the survivors to return to their homes because either their families have died or they weren't accepted by their neighbors. There was a lot of pressure put onto the Allied powers, as to everyone expected them to help the survivors find a safe place to stay because there wasn't anywhere for them to go. Thankfully, some of the survivors were able to find refuge in other countries. But the sad reality is that wasn't the case for all the survivors. Some of them were homeless. They didn't have anywhere to go. Even though the Holocaust ended, they still experienced trauma for what occurred to them. The Holocaust was a very horrible event that happened to many innocent people, young and old, and what happened to them must not be forgotten, and we should always know the importance of the past. Hitler and his followers believed that all the other races besides him were inferior to his race. 6 million Jews were murdered in numerous ways, including the concentration camps, not including the other groups that were murdered. And finally, after the Holocaust was finally over, the pain and memory of it did not end for the survivors and families of the dead ones. It may seem like the Holocaust happened so long ago and you might not think it's relevant to you, but the Holocaust did not happen that long ago. Some Holocaust survivors are still alive today, and it is our duty to keep the memory of the people we lost and the survivors alive. Thank you.